Aliyah, Boston, thank you so much for making the long trek to WTHR here, downtown Indianapolis, going into year 3 for you here in the WNBA. Kind of crazy. Is that crazy?
It's kind of crazy to think how fast time is going. I was actually just saying that. Like, I can't believe this is my 3rd year.
Yeah. Well, how was the offseason for you? There's a lot going on with the team, a lot going on with the WNBA, women's sports in general. How was the offseason for you?
Offseason was great. I was able to participate in Unrivaled, so I was super excited about that. And kind of just looking at our team in general, all the changes we've made. It has been a lot. It's been super fast, but I think they've all just been super exciting moves for us, and I'm excited to get the season started because I think we have so much talent.
Yeah, you mentioned it right there. It felt like there was 1 week, maybe a month, maybe more ago, that it was just like bang, bang, bang. Someone else new coming to the team via trade, via free agency. All really valuable pieces. Winning experience with those additions as well. What do you make of the newcomers on this team and how everyone will gel together after such a promising year last year for you guys?
I think when you look at who we've brought in and who is still here, I think what really helps us and excites us the most is that we win. We win a lot. Coming from winning programs just in general, and being able to put this together, I think it's going to be super exciting. Like, every time we get on the court and we're practicing or if we're playing pickup, we're like, I can't wait to get the season started. Like, we are going to just play so well, and I think just being able to have so many different options on the floor, anyone coming off the bench, just being ready to be that heavy hitter and make an impact.
Yeah, deep team, right?
Yes.
Too, it feels like no lineup, there's no drop-off with you guys.
Exactly.
So also part of the newness of this season, and it feels like it's kind of hitting a crescendo, right, as we are only a month away. But head coach Stephanie White, new to town, not really new to town, new maybe for you, but what has that relationship been like in kind of the Stephanie White regime here going forward?
It's been great. I think Steph has just done a great job ever since she got the job of just communicating. I remember within the first few weeks that she had the job, we were watching film about how she wanted me to be able to play, what she thinks of the team, what she wants our goal to be once the season starts, where we want to end. And I think for me that's super important because even though it feels like I've been in the league for quite some time, this is only my 3rd year, and being able to learn from a coach that you've been able to see, especially being able to play against her and seeing the way that she coaches, the way that she makes adjustments, is super exciting for me because I feel like, listen, we're on this side now. We know exactly what's to come with her, and I think that's the most exciting part.
Right.
That is a huge point right there. So, Coach Stephanie White, this is information. See, a lot of people have jumped the gun. Where's Aliyah Boston? I've made videos where I don't know where she's at. I asked you guys where she's at, and then you guys told me she's broadcasting and things like that. Okay, that's fine. First off, Aliyah looks like she's in great shape when on this side view. She's looking pretty thin. Not gonna lie. So she's looking in shape, but a major part that just light bulb in my brain. Coach Stephanie White and her already watched film. They're already going over how they're gonna go about this offense, what their strategy is gonna be, what maybe Aliyah Boston's role is gonna be. So, and we've heard Coach Stephanie White, hey, we're gonna build this team around our big 3. Which is Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aliyah Boston. Now, this is new information to me. I did not know that there's already been film sessions with Coach Stephanie White and Aliyah Boston. And if that's the case, you already know Caitlin Clark has sat down in that film room with Coach Stephanie White 100%. So this is huge. This is huge. And this is what you want, as Aliyah Boston stated. This is what you want out of a coach. We're sitting down, we're going over strategy early. So that means before all those pieces were brought in, they probably had already sat down and went over, okay, this is how our offense is flowing. This is what we're looking to bring in. This is the piece we're looking to fit in here, right? Which is great. That's amazing. Another thing is, Aliyah Boston's played against Coach Stephanie White. Coach Stephanie White has coached against Aliyah Boston and the girls. So this is great. They already know each other. They're already familiar with how they play. So Coach Stephanie White is coming in already with a mindset of, okay, this is how Caitlin likes to play. This is how Aliyah Boston likes to play. This is how we're going to get them involved in my offense. So that's huge. Had to stop it right there because that is new information to me. I did not know that there was already a film session, or if not film sessions, between Aliyah Boston and Coach Stephanie White.
Right. You talked about going against her in the probably most important series of your career, right, in the first round last season. What did you take away from going up against her? That maybe you're like, oh, great, she's on my side now, and we can use this to our advantage.
Yeah, when we played against Connecticut, Steph, her adjustments, the way she started off the game, I remember there were times where we were playing. I was like, did they mean to do this? And then you come back again the second possession, and they really did mean to do that. And it's something that we didn't think about. And coming in, it's like, okay, well, now we have to adjust. When for her, it's like, we've already played you guys 3-4 times. Now we're going to the playoffs, and they still bring something new to the table. So to be on that side, it's super exciting because I think, once again, we have so much talent on our squad. We're going to be going up against all these teams that in the offseason also made adjustments, also have just great, talented, flat-out hoopers. So it's like, okay, now we come out, we have to be ready to compete, but we also know that, listen, if things aren't going our way, then we have a coach at the helm who knows how to adjust.
Right, okay.
That's big time. And Aliyah Boston is not throwing jabs at Chrissy Sides, but she's letting it be known, hey, Coach Stephanie White and the Connecticut, the Sun, they came out and they made adjustments. This is what we want out of a coach. We want a coach who's going to be able to make adjustments. We saw you guys 4 times already in the regular season. You guys saw what we did. We beat you the last game. Then we come into the playoffs and you guys do something completely different. We're going to throw an aggressive Dejanay on Caitlin Clark or whatever the case is. And then we're going to put DeWanna Bonner on Caitlin Clark. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I remember like it was yesterday, DB stepping up past the 3-point line to try to guard Caitlin Clark. And DB is long, and she did affect Caitlin Clark a little bit. She affected Caitlin Clark. They were aggressive. They know when to turn it on. So this is what I expect out of Indiana Fever this year. Hey, we need to turn the shit on. Turn it on, right? Clap that shit up, turn it on, put the defensive presence down, and then we'll let the offense come to us. Because that's what Connecticut did to us last year. It's not like their offense was crazy, crazy amazing. No, they had an enforcer in Alyssa Thomas. They had Dejanay, who was doing her thing. They were low-key stacked. They had Mabry, who was hitting shots on us, going crazy. I don't know if you guys remember that. Marina was torching us the first game. Oh, my gosh. And then DB, she was doing her thing as well. They were just playing as a team, making adjustments. Because that's not what they ran all season. They didn't run that lineup. They didn't run how DB was guarding Caitlin Clark. That's not how they were playing. So it just shows you, when you have a coach who can make adjustments, that is huge. And then also, that goes back to the film session. That means Coach Stephanie White likes watching film. So she understands, as a veteran coach, adjustments need to happen in the film room. We need to watch film and see what's going on. This is huge. And like I said, it's not throwing jabs at Chrissy Sides. You know, I love Chrissy Sides. If you guys don't know that, I respect her as a second-year coach and things like that, and I hope the best for her. I don't know where her deal is right now. Hopefully she's going to get a coaching job somewhere, at least an assistant job or a college job. I'm rooting for her. So shout out to Chrissy Sides, man. But yeah, Aliyah Boston sounds like she's excited to play for Coach White. I'll tell you that. And when you're excited to play for a coach, you guys know what that is. You're going to play hard. You're going to play tough. You're going to play as one. You're going to do what you can, right? So that's huge. Huge point. Let's continue.
You mentioned there's so much talent on this team, and there's so much excitement revolving around this. The new additions, the core, you, Caitlin, Kelsey, getting Kelsey back, that's obviously huge for this group. What is it, you kind of were the hunters last year. You were young, you were exciting, and really ended the season on a high note. Do you feel that transition, or is it too early to say that you're maybe the hunted at this point? Is there still a lot to prove with this group? What's the goal going in? What do you want to see, the expectations, everything like that, with all the talent that you keep mentioning?
For us, I think our expectations to win.
Yeah.
That is it, flat out. I think every single time we play, every time we step on the floor, people are going to want to beat the Fever. And I know last year it didn't start off that way for us, but as you said, halfway through the season, that switch was flipped. And it was like you didn't want to see us on your schedule. And I think we're going to take that momentum going in. We have Kelsey, Kaylin, and I, and Lexi and Dee Dee that's all coming back. And it's like, listen, we know exactly what it felt like to be in that position where we didn't start off good, but then that switch flipped. And now it's like, okay, no one wants to see us. And I think now looking at who we have on the schedule, it's kind of going to be the same thing where everyone's going to come out and know that it's not just going to be a cakewalk. It's not just going to be anything where they just don't have to prepare in a sense, but it's going to be like, okay, we know they have killers from every angle, and so how do we stop that?
Right, okay, so year 3 for you.
You heard it from Aliyah Boston. Nobody wants to see us. And she said, we're bringing our core back. Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aliyah Boston, Damiris Dantas, Lexi Hall, and now we added everyone else. So how we went into last year where it was, oh, you guys are just a 11-win game team. We're going to run over you. Yeah, you guys got Caitlin Clark. We're just going to play Caitlin Clark as hard as possible and try to get and disrupt her and bully her. Nope, not this year. This year, we better go 11-0. That's the mindset. Instead of going 0-11 or whatever they went last year, we're going to 11-0 on your ass. We expect to win games. Our mindset isn't, oh, let's go have a good season. No. If we lose a game, some shit's going on. Like something's wrong. We better not lose a game. That's their mindset. We need to go out and dominate. We got 44 games. We're here to dominate every single game. I don't care who's in front of us. You guys are not, y'all the little pups to us now. We were the little pups last year. We're the big dogs. They're looking at Indiana Fever, orange just the Indiana Fever. They're the big dogs to everybody. I don't care if you're the Aces, the Lynx, the Storm. I don't care who you are. You guys, there's no way you guys could look at the Indiana Fever with the coach like Coach Stephanie White, with an organization, with a fan base, and a roster, and be like, oh no, they're just nobody. We could just, no, you got to take them like a playoff game every single time. And you're on that national television. Every single game that the Fever play on is gonna, the Fever playing is gonna be like a playoff game, because the other team is gonna try to bring it. And I'm hoping, and I know it will elevate the Indiana Fever this year, because every team's going to give you their best. And this is why the Indiana Fever got so good after the break. And I keep telling people, keep on trying to bully this team. Keep on trying to bully Caitlin Clark, because you're just going to make them better. And what did you do? You made them better last year. All that you were doing, beating their ass in the beginning of the season, you made them better. You got to take ass whoopings to become better, period. In boxing, you got to get your ass whooped once or twice. I'm sorry for cussing so much. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go through the fire. And the Indiana Fever went through the fire very early, and that's why you saw them come out and start to dominate. The chemistry is going to be there early with this team. There's not going to be no. Because the rookie, the point guard, the base of your team, the base of your offense was a rookie last year. New to the league, new to the team. This year, you already have, your girls already played together. The main three, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, even Lexi Hall, AB. And now you're adding in a DB who's a veteran, who's not going to have any time getting adjusted to the league. Natasha, no time getting adjusted. Sophie Cunningham, no time getting adjusted. Sydney Colson, no time getting adjusted. Demirs Dantes, no time getting adjusted. Shout out to the rookies and everything like that. Welcome to the Fever. But look, this team is not going to have a hard time getting going. There's not going to be a struggle period in the beginning of the season. This team is coming to put belt to ass. So I'm excited. And that's the big difference that you're going to see with the Fever last year and this year. There's no adjustment period. There's no rookie leading your offense as a professional. There's none of that. Caitlin Clark has been in the league. She's played in the league. You guys tried to bully her last year. There's nothing else you could do to her this year that's going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't get pushed on the floor last year. I didn't get hacked on layups and not called. And she's stronger. She's smarter. She's seen it all. She saw the scheme. She saw the face card. She saw the press. She saw the double team. She saw the trap. It's over. This team is going to put belt to ass, and they're going to be very, very good. And I'm excited. And they got a coach, a real veteran coach. And if there is a problem going on, there will be an adjustment mid-game. Whether that's Caitlin Clark, sit your ass on the bench. Kelsey Mitchell, sit your ass on the bench. It's championship team. There's no favoritism here. Let's get it. And I'm ready. Because for those that know, I'm the first one to call out Caitlin Clark, and I'm the first one to love the girl. So I'm ready. I'm excited, man. I'm already getting geeked up.
And you mentioned it feels like, I don't know which it feels like. You've been in the league for a while, or it's still only just 3 years, right? You've been a star. You've really had success in your young career. Where have you seen the most growth going into year 3? Do the off seasons get more valuable as you go forward in your career? Like on and off the court, where have you experienced the most growth heading into the season?
I definitely think mentally, I've experienced most growth. Being able to play in Unrivaled, I think, has just boosted my confidence a little bit. Not really second guessing myself on shots that I know I can make, and just being confident and knowing like it's okay if you miss one, you can still take the next one with the same level of confidence. And so that's kind of my mindset going into the season, is just continue to be confident and trust my game because of the work and effort that I put into it. All
right, so 2-time All-Star for you, Rookie of the Year. You have the accolades, and this year the All-Star game is here in Indianapolis, which is very exciting for everybody here in this state. And I remember last year going to Phoenix, I was going into it with high expectations because of the momentum of women's sports, primarily the WNBA, but it exceeded them. The competitive level, just the overall experience of that Phoenix, but now it's going to be here. How excited are you that it's going to be here? And I have no problem saying there's probably going to be a few Fever players involved in that. But just with the momentum of not only the WNBA at large, but the All-Star game, I feel like so many eyes were on it last season.
I think it's going to be, the energy is going to be so much higher because it's an indie. Right. I feel like I say this every time about the fans that support women's basketball, that support sports in general, the attention that the Fever has been getting. I think no one wants to pass up a chance to see all the best athletes playing against each other in the same place. You know, sometimes it's hard for other people to be able to travel and catch other games of their favorite players, but to have it right here in your backyard, I think it's going to be truly amazing.
All right, last thing I have for it, I've mentioned it a couple times, but the momentum of women's sports, it's hard to ignore, and it's awesome to see, and it feels like it really made a jump last season. How excited are you for the Fever just this season and as far as your team is concerned, but just to carry that momentum forward as people continue to realize how high level women's basketball is, women's sports are, and just the excitement around this season and the WNBA in general?
Yeah, we're going to ride the momentum. We're going to ride the wave. I think there's no way you don't. You know, there's so much eyes, there's so much energy, there's so much attention. It's like every time you step on that floor, you want to play your best because you know there's so many people watching. And it's not just for you. It's for the little kids that continue to dream of being where you are and be like, oh my gosh, they're my favorite players. And the fans that continue to watch, it's like you want to continue to show them, like, listen, we come out here, we compete not just for ourselves, but for you guys because you guys pour so much attention, so much love on this Fever squad. And so we just have to be ready to compete every single night.
I love it. I love it.
And we're going to end the interview right there. Shout out to Aliyah Boston. I'm excited for her season this year. She's looking in great shape. Like I said, two-time All-Star already, Rookie of the Year, her first year in the league. She's got the accolades, as my man said here. But yeah, that's a huge part. Look, we got the fan base. We got the momentum. We got the All-Star game this year. We got the roster. We got the front office backing us up. We got the facility. Now, guess what? It's our time to perform. That's pretty much what Aliyah Boston is saying. And I think the Indiana Fever are going to come out and perform this year. I really do. And I think, and it's not just about performing. It's about playing exciting basketball. And I think that's why a lot of us were attracted to the Indiana Fever last year. They played exciting basketball. All those, you know the video that went viral where Caitlin Clark made a full court pass to Kelsey Mitchell on the dime with a beautiful layup pass. And you remember when Kelsey Mitchell caught the outlet pass and she did the behind the back pass to Alyssa Smith with the reverse layup. That was sweet. And then we had Obi Toppin and we had Tyrese Halliburton at the Indy game in Gamebridge, and they were just hitting three after three, Lexi Hall, and then Lexi Hall hit the three in the corner, and then she did the back pedal when she was screaming. Knockdown, that's just exciting basketball. And then when Erica Wheeler did the behind the back pass and Caitlin Clark hit the damn near logo three and she dropped her legs like this and she went bang. It was just exciting basketball. So that's just not besides just having great girls on your team, but playing exciting basketball and then winning. So if you have a team behind a fan base behind you, and then you're winning games and performing and playing exciting basketball, I mean, and you're on national televised games, like this team right here, you should be feeling amazing. Your confidence should be at an all-time high. You should be wanting to get in the best shape of your life. You should be wanting to play the best basketball of your life and just having fun through the moment, man, because I know the Indiana Fever is going to have fun this year, bro, and so am I as a fan. And, man, great interview from Aliyah Boston. That's really all I got. I'm excited for her. I'm excited for the training camp to start. I'm excited to watch some footage. I'm just excited to see lineups. I'm excited to see how they're going to gel together, the chemistry. I'm excited to see a full photo and video of the whole team together. I want to see some runs. I want to see some 5-on-5 action. I want to see just everything, man. So I'm excited. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out.